Hello and welcome to another edition of your favourite podcast, Insane in the Membrane.
Insane in the Membrane.
Love doing these, love doing the podcast. I do, I really love doing it, and the wonderful messages I've been getting from people. My man Harry dropped me a line. I met Harry at Comedia at Christmas with his mates. Top lad, and he was saying how much the podcast has helped him. It's a nice one, Harry. Appreciate that, mate. Honestly, you don't realise what that means to us. Certainly, you know, because we do these and we're doing it because we want to help. And you know, some people say, you know, like, oh well, yeah, but it's not really about mental health. But it is. If you listen to what we're saying, it is about mental health. You don't have to sit and discuss actual mental health. You can just talk about things that you've experienced in your life, and that is how you strengthen your mental health. That's how we do it, and that's the angle we come from. And judging by your lovely messages and emails and things, it's working. So the longer it keeps working, the more we're going to keep doing it. So cheers, Harry. Cheers to everyone else sending us messages. Really appreciate that. It's so lovely. So we've just passed the 4-year milestone for this very podcast. 4 years we've been doing this, and we were talking about like what we're going to do. We do something to sort of mark the occasion. Are we going to do something special and, you know, do a live one maybe, or this, that and the other? And we weren't sure. And then out of the blue, turns out that my mate Tom Stade was performing in Tunbridge Wells, and on the day that we were in the studio, and I was like, so I reached out to Tom. I'm like, Tom, listen, I know you're coming to Tunbridge Wells. Do you fancy popping into the studio, which is just down the hill from the theatre? We'll have a chat. He didn't even let me finish talking. He's like, fuck yeah, man. Yeah, I'm fucking there, man. And we did it. And so to mark the 4 years, we had such a blast in the studio. We talked about all manner of things, you know. And yeah, listen, there's some touchy subjects that we touched upon in the episode. But, you know, if you listen to what's being said, you know that it all comes from a good place. You know, it was a really interesting conversation with a very, very funny man. You know, I've known Tom many years. You'll hear in the episode, I was his opener for a tour, amongst a couple of other people as well. And that tour, for me, it was about 2011, was a very, very pivotal moment in my career. It suddenly elevated me career-wise. People started talking to me differently. In a way, what I mean is, like, you know, bookers were booking me now, going, oh, if you're supporting Tom, then come and do the club, you know. And it changed things for me, and I will never forget that, and I will never forget Tom for doing that for me. It was a beautiful thing. He's been great down the years. Like, I remember years ago he stayed at my place when I used to live in Caterham, in this beautiful, it's a rundown sort of ski lodge it was on the side of a hill in the valley. And we had an open fire, and he came with me to the gig, and then he came back and he videoed my gig, and he went over it with me, and he talked to me about comedy, and it really was an eye-opener. And I've been friends with Tom ever since, and to have him on the podcast has been a joy. And you're going to hear this now. This was live in the studio. This is unedited. This is Tom Stade coming up in a minute.
A podcast from producer Paul.co.uk.
Insane in the Membrane.
Alright, we're going to get cancelled. This is going to be the one.
That's the one you want. That'll get you famous. Put you in all the papers.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to get cancelled? Everybody talks about you when you're cancelled. And then half the people don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's it. They talk about you more. Oh man, I'm so cancelled. Everyone's talking about me.
Everybody's talking about me. I just opened up for Louis C.K. And Susan Murray, get a Facebook post going.
Oh man. Tom, you alright? You good?
I'm always good. You know that. I've always been good, man. I've never changed, Rich.
You're always the right side of up and down.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means,
just
man.
along the middle, just fucking...
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I don't know if I'm on the middle. I don't know that. I'm good when I'm down, and I'm good when I'm up.
Yeah.
I just don't see the difference, man. That's where we're at. I've always been like that. Just the same as, everybody perfect people. I'm not a perfect person, so
No.
I realized that a long time ago when I failed school. and I thought, okay, I'm good with that too.
Now where do I go?
Yep, uneducated and ready for the world. Let's roll, baby. Give me my driving license. I want to spread my ignorance. I want to take it from town to town. Who's that ignorant, smart guy coming into town? That'd be Tom Stade.
He's uneducated, but his ideas. I love his ideas.
I already have. Yeah, I got a lot of ideas, basically about how I'm going to piss at night. How I'm going to decide. We were talking about this one, man. I want to make a bed with a big hole in it, like a big hole with a tube in it and a bedpan down there. So I just roll over, take a piss, instead of having to get up 8 times a night now. I mean, these are the thoughts that I can't believe I'm the only one thinking.
No, but we don't say them out loud. That's the difference. You don't have them in a monologue. It just all comes pouring out.
Bingo. We're all good on that, baby.
You know what I find now I'm older? I do have that. I wake up and I'm like, yeah, I need to pee, but it's all the way down there, and I'm going to wait until I need the next one. I'm going to gather them up.
Yeah. It's that trying to hold it right until the very end. But sometimes you miss. Sometimes you miss, and then your gal goes, why is it so warm in here? I don't know. I'm just going to go sleep in the living room now until you realize I just pissed on you.
He says again.
You'd think she'd learn. Dumb woman.
Oh man.
Yeah. So that's where we're at, brother.
Yeah. So that's it. Because I've known you a few years now.
I've known you a long time, Rich.
Long time.
Yep. Do we have to get into the history of our relationship, sir?
Not really. We've had a few beers. We've tell a few stories.
Yeah, okay.
We've had the one time where we lost our minds.
Oh, dude. I have a guy. I told that story one time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can tell that story, but guess what, everybody? I did drugs. So there you go. Bam. That's out. And now, because of the one night that we had with that certain one that, like helps you grind your teeth. And
dude, that's the one where because we'd been drinking.
Yeah.
And then we were like, I'm sure there's something else in the flat.
Yeah.
And then we found, and I remember and it was this horrible disc of shit that my friend, who is very good at partying. Yeah. For him to turn around and go, I don't want this in my house. This shit is evil. Yeah. And I went, yeah, I'll have it. And then
I love evil.
Evil. Give me evil. I just had it in the flat, and then and it was obviously meant to be this throbbing rock of like whatever kryptonite isn't.
Devilness.
Yeah, just
devilness.
And I think that's what it was. It was sending out a signal to you and I, going like, you two need to come together and indulge in me.
Yeah.
We fucking lost.
You know what you should do? You know what you should do after you do this? Call your mother long distance on a phone and talk to her for 3 hours about what's wrong with the world, and then have Rich come in all naked telling, I think you're fucked up, Tom. But because of that night, I told that story to the guy who gave it to you.
Oh, yeah.
And now there's a dude in Brighton that brought me jail time amount of drugs.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, holy shit, man, this is crazy. And then Trudy's in the back and go, we're not walking out with that. And I'm like, you got that one right.
We'll have to do it here.
Yeah. I set it next to a homeless guy and said, you're going to have the best death you've ever had. Just wake up. God left you some speed, sir. Adios. Goodbye. Welcome to the world. It's your lucky, unlucky day.
Man, if that's the same stuff that we had, it was fucking gnarly.
Dude,
And
that
it
was the
wild.
last time I did it. You know that?
Yeah, same.
That was the last time I'd ever done that because I was like, at 50, like, you know, my heart can't pound at whatever 400 beats a minute. Like, but I could tell you, after that night, I probably could have beat Bolt Hussein in a race. I could have.
It was just that. It was just like I remember coming out because you were on the on a mobile phone
To my mother.
to his mother in Canada for 3 hours, and I could. And where the flat was, we had this like courtyard bit, but because it was all bricked in because of all the other flats, it just went up. The noise went up like a chimney.
Yeah.
So I could just hear Tom going, anyway, and I'm in bed just nude, smacking my penis around, just, and just my poor ex-wife, India, was just, oh man, you two are dickheads.
Yeah.
I've got to go to work.
Oh, that's the worst, having somebody that has to go to work while you're trying to have a good time.
Oh, selfish.
Who brought this bitch? Oh, it's her house.
Yeah, she owns everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus, we should have done this in a travel lodge.
But me coming out to him and we just going, Tom, man, I think you better chill out.
Yeah.
I think, and I'm naked,
Yeah,
stood in front of him.
And I can't get that picture out of my mind, and I've tried. I, like India, have seen Rich's penis. Once you see it, you can't unsee that.
It's like an elephant looking for a bun. So that was that night.
So that would be one of the many bonding moments I've had with you, man. But we've had so many, so it's like that, it was like crazy, you know, because.
But then, when I was opening for you on tour, it was the other way. It was we had it completely differently because you had couple of people opening for you on tour. So there was someone else, and you'd be drinking with them, and then when it was my turn, it was very subdued. Yeah, and we were just sitting in the travel lodge watching documentaries about Chernobyl and the Holocaust and all these things.
Well, I wanted to bring the family there on a summer holiday vacation. You guys been to Chernobyl? There's cheap flights going out there.
It just you can sleep where you want.
You can sleep where you want.
No one bats an eyelid. No, they can't. They can't blink anymore.
Damn Russians always fucking up the world.
Wow. So there was that side of it as well.
Yeah.
And I think that was you were having a tough time at that point as well. I seem to remember.
Probably.
But then you came out of it and you just went, yeah, well that was then.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
Yeah, that was a thing, man. That was a thing. But it was like all those times are so beautiful to me, man. I would never take one of them back, even though they were all. I just like the crazy life, man. You know what I mean? I loved living the crazy life. I mean, it was what I wanted when I left anyways, Rich. You know what I mean? And the fact that crazy life brought me to people like you and Ro and John Lynn and now my new guy, Gareth Much, and all these guys and all that sort of stuff. Like that's the journey that you can take when you don't plan your life in any way. Although now that I'm coming to the finish line, nobody told me about pensions. And in my mind, I'm like, I told Trudy this. I said, don't worry, I'll just suck dick for food, but when I'm 67. And then Trudy was like, nobody's letting a 67-year-old suck their dick for an apple. And I'm like, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, you're going to have to rethink that.
I really had the dick sucking for food in my head until the gray beard started showing up.
I really had that in my... I was set on that. I was practicing.
Yeah, man. So that's where we are. Yeah. So
I'm at that point as well. Just turned 51. And suddenly I remembered years ago, there was a guy that came to my work, and this is like 30 odd years ago. And he was like, right, we're setting up, I'm helping people set up pensions. Yeah. And I dicked him around. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I was like, I can't, I'm not giving him £5 a week. That's too much. And now I'm like, fuck. Oh no, it was £5 a week.
That horse you never bet on seems to be just coming in. Damn, how many of those have I missed?
I know.
But those are the worries that you have. You know, that you just don't think about, man. You just don't think about because you're having too good of a time, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I'm like reaching out and going, I should get into the stock market. There's an app for that. And now I've invested $2,000 and I'm up minus 12. So scoring pretty huge. Woo. You betcha. I invested in those in the solar panel motor scooters that are going around the city.
Yeah. Because
I saw them for 20 cents a share, and I thought, this can't lose. I mean, it's the future, isn't it? Well, the future better get brighter in a couple of years. You know, who knew the robots would knock the sun out? Now I'm in a pod in a fucking dystopian world going, damn, why did I invest in solar panel motor scooters?
Well, there's that famous phrase from the movie, isn't it? Money never sleeps. Because mine never wakes up. Mine's in a fucking coma.
Yeah, man.
But those scooters are illegal.
Are they? I don't know. I don't know.
Those motorized scooters are illegal.
Yeah, but they're the ones that the towns buy. Oh, do you know what I mean? Like, so they're the ones that so France will order from this company, whatever, however many little motor scooters they got, and I'm like going, come on, that's gotta be in the future, man. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna be able to afford cars, shit like that. I'm betting on the climate fucking this planet up. So everybody just pays £40 to ride a motor scooter around.
Well, it'll end up, we won't be, because we can't afford to go from town to town anymore.
No.
So it's going to end up, the towns are going to become settlements.
Of course they
where
are.
we'll be fighting each other again, like some mad computer game. So you'll have your little scooters rolling around the town. Yeah, you might be laughing.
Who knows, man? I'm 10 years, I'm just leaving it for 10 years.
Yeah.
And just hope it's like Greg's. You know what I mean? Some dude told me the other day, he goes, I'm into all those stock markets. I was in on Greg's when there were only 3, and I bought them for 10 pence a share, and they're like at $125 now. And I'm like, please let that be me. I don't want to be an old man begging some young dude to suck his dick. Call back. Call that back.
That's why they pay you the big pennies.
Boom. Government will get 40% of that penny. There's another thing when you get old. You get mad at the government a lot, too.
So much. It's always their fault. And then you tell someone, oh, yeah, there was a guy that told me I should set up a pension 30 years ago. But it's the government's fault. I haven't got any money.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you, man.
Tory, whatever, whoever's in charge now. I love that. That's just who's ever in charge now.
Yeah.
Sort of like walk into the office and go, who are you? I'm in charge.
I hate you, you fucking shit.
Where's my parking spot?
But you don't seem to let any of this get to you.
No.
Like or maybe you internalize it and go, that's pretty fucked. Oh, well.
Well, that's the whole comedian thing, right? I mean, I've laughed at the whole side of social media and all that because I'm watching my compadres now take sides. You know what I mean? They're really heavy on one side or whatever the issue is. They're either, COVID, whatever example, they're either like really hardcore vaccinated or really unvaccinated. And I'm like, you're a comedian, man. You can't take a side. You got to make fun of both sides because you're both idiots.
Yeah.
You're both idiots by thinking you know something. I researched, did you now? What? How did you do that? Well, I got papers and I looked at stuff. And did you ever look at a microscope at the actual thing itself? Well, I did not do that. What I did was I took the advice from the expert that I believe is right.
3 tweets on Twitter. I am now well versed in this. Ask me anything.
Totally. Like, I love every argument out there, man. It makes me laugh, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so many great ones going on that are just begging to be poked fun of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now we're I mean, the big ones are the best. You know what I mean? Transgender. I'm loving J.K. Rowling.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, oh, fuck yeah. Go for it, girl. Do whatever you got to do. But I'm making on her, you know what I mean? Watching her. Why does it bug you so much?
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
It totally bugs you. You're like fucking all into it.
And that's all she does now.
Yeah, totally. All she does is it's just taking up her time. Like, you know, when they go, I think them transgender people have rented space in your head now. You know, like, to me, I'm like, fucking, let's just call it when they walk into the bathroom and see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's just do that.
Let's just be decent to everyone.
Yeah, because
whatever.
they all think that, you know, they'll come in there and do their raping and pillaging of all the women, but I know a lot of women that are way tougher than that. There's some fat bitch in there slapping chick dick around. You know, like, what the fuck? Right? And then you're on the other side where they're like, it's all okay, it's all good, and you're like, probably not. Probably not. There's a lot of uncharted territory that we're gonna get right and wrong.
I think we should all take a step back and just settle down.
No, but not one person is ever worried about a transgender woman dude coming into the dude's bathroom. Nobody's asked us, and I'm pretty sure we're all fine with it.
Yeah.
I think on the men's side, we're like, hey, in fact, bring the chicks in.
Yeah, fine. Do you know what? When I've had this conversation with people, and the one thing, they're not worried about, you know, they don't talk about like being sexually assaulted and all that. What really annoys people about the gender neutral toilets we can all use is the fact that men just piss all over everything. That's what they're fucked up about. Like,
I already talked about that.
Yeah, it's about the fact that we just piss everywhere. We won't sit down because if we sit down, people will think we're gay.
Yeah.
And no one wants that.
No.
Fucking ridiculousness. Because that's how being gay works.
No, it's always been an earring in the left ear.
Yeah.
That's what makes you gay.
And then your bandana in your back pocket.
Bingo.
Colours to make sure that people know what you're into as well.
Yep.
That's what makes you
If
gay.
I sit down on a toilet to pee, I might just be tired. Might just be tired.
I never sat on a toilet and went, oh, and then dicks just came out of the wall. Oh my God, I'm really loving this now.
I'll tell you though, sitting down on the toilet at 3 a.m, when you wake up, it's the best.
I sit down to pee every time.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what I
not
do.
every time.
Yeah,
but
every
in the
time.
morning.
Not when
for
I'm
me,
out.
It's only, that's weird.
Yeah. You're not supposed to sit in those.
Yeah, 4 a.m, man. That's the one. But yeah. all these topics, like everybody's just, I don't have a side on any of them. Do you know what I mean? I think they're all just interesting topics to do. You know what I mean? Like all the new genders. You know, I think that's all interesting, but I'm not for or against any of them. It's just I find it, okay, well, obviously there's 2 genders, maybe. I don't know. You know, I'm not God. What did you just say?
Oh, no, God's non-binary.
Non-binary.
Yeah, which what it's saying
What does that even mean? I thought that was zeros and ones.
So what?
That's how
So you're going down a matrix route.
Yeah, like non-binary to me has been zeros and ones. Am I not right?
Yeah, so that's binary.
Yeah. So you're not zeros. You're nothing.
No, you're nothing. You're kind of, well, what it is, they say that like you're assigned a gender at birth, so people just assume when you come out of your mother, and they go, you're a man, you're a woman.
Right.
But it's all about what's inside you. So regardless of your genitalia, it's all about what's inside and how you feel. And so when you grow up, suddenly you're told you're a man, but you actually feel like a woman, or you don't feel like
that
either.
Sounds like a Shania Twain song. I feel like a woman. Get my hormone treatment.
But that's what they're saying. They're saying like you don't feel like either, and it's just this structure that they place us in to make us go, you're that and you're that. Whereas there's loads of people that just kind of feel. Because we are all just vibrations vibrating in different ways.
You can go that route, man. For sure. Yeah,
None of us, we're just whatever. We're all, and then now God apparently is non-binary, or they're talking about could be non-binary. And
For
you
a
go,
thing
and
that
then,
I've never believed in is now non-binary.
Yeah.
That's even weirder.
but like Mark Watson comic,
You know what
it's-
this unreal thing is? It's not even binary.
It's just-
if it's not real, how do you even label it? Sorry.
Yeah, but that's it. That's what he's saying. Mark Watson said this morning. He said, like, but surely God doesn't even look like a person.
Yeah.
It's just it's a power. It's a thing that we can't even comprehend. It's on that scale. So to
But it's
assign anything to
non-binary.
it, so it's kind of like it's non-binary. It's kind of nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing and everything. And he's in you. Or they're in you. They're around you.
Right.
Everywhere and everything, and we are all connected as one.
I can go for the universe thing, but as soon as we start talking biblical and using words like God, I'm like, man, lost me. Bearded non-binary with tits up there,
Doing what they're doing.
doing what they're doing,
Doing what they're doing.
assigning us genders.
Yeah.
Well, fuck that guy.
And no,
Fuck that guy.
that person. And they're not even helping with the bullshit that's going on in the world. All this shit that's going, all the bad things that are going on.
Yeah.
And now God is more worried about their followers rather than actually helping us.
But he didn't. I thought he doesn't get involved anymore. I thought that was the whole big thing.
Yeah. That's it. They've kind of gone. Yeah, no. God doesn't get involved.
Here's your life. Do whatever you want with it. Are you gonna help me? I don't even know you anymore, man. I'm too busy making new people that are fucked up. You know what I'm gonna do with this guy? I'm gonna make him a dude, but inside he's a woman.
Yeah.
Bingo. Deal with that.
Next.
Platypus. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
It's whatever. It's but the funny part, not the funny part, but it's such a small minority of people that it's like when you really look at it, it doesn't matter in any shape or form, because the minority, like if you took all the transgender people or whatever and you put them in the world up against like the world population, it wouldn't even be in the 1%.
It's like 0.6% or something.
Exactly,
And
man.
you go,
So,
just let people be. It's not affecting you.
no,
So
that's
just do what you got to do.
Yeah, and the day it does affect you, deal with it then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're creating all these fucking whatever scenarios that might happen, and they might. You know what I mean? But you can't legislate any of that shit. You know what I mean?
No. That's the
And
thing.
it doesn't matter. It's one of those things.
Everyone should just be able, unless you go around murdering people and do it, and you're hurting other people.
Oh, well, then
fuck
that's
you.
law-abiding stuff.
Yeah, that's different.
There you go. There, we got laws against that. I believe God told Moses, all 10 of them, told all Moses, fuck, he missed the transgender part in the laws.
See?
Yeah. It's just the way the world's changing, and plus it's also youth, man. It's also the rebelliousness of being young and wanting to create new ideas, and I think that kind of sparks into what's going on nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They get in the trap of trying to please everybody, and every generation has tried that when they're young. They want to please everybody, but as you get older, you just realize some people are fucked up, and they're not ever going to change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the majority of the people are decent folk.
Yeah.
You know, like every time they try to change some crazy person's opinion, my mom always said, you're always preaching to the converted, man, because the people that aren't converted aren't going to hear you anyways.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Right? You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You can get as angry as you want at these people, but it just isn't. I'm with you, man. I just find people interesting. Like,
Yeah.
I've never, as well as I do. I got a great one on transgender people, but it's like I find that interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it doesn't affect my life in any way, even if I think that's fucked up, which I do. You know what I mean? I do. You can't not think that it's not fucked up, but it's not fucked up to them.
Right.
And that's their world, their thing, and it's up to me to decide if I want to play that game or not with them.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
So do you mean it's fucked up that someone has to go through that?
Yeah.
The whole concept of it.
Come on. It is. I mean, there's been a lot of fucked up things in my life that other people would go, that's your problem, but it ain't my problem. And then, but that's, you deal with it, and I don't mind it so much. Like I say, like the transgender people that I know, fucking cool as fuck, man. Cool as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'll guarantee there's a fucked up one that even the majority transgender people will go, that transgender guy is fucked up. He is fucked up, and I don't want him associating because he gives us a bad.
Yeah, he can't be a spokesperson.
Old Beard and Jill, fucking hate that bitch. Hate that bitch. Because they're gonna have that problem in that community too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just a fact.
Yeah, man. Every community has that. It doesn't matter what your background. Everybody.
Yeah, there's gonna be a transgender person that I think is super awesome, and then I'm gonna meet one and I'm going, this guy's a cunt.
Yeah.
This new guy's a cunt. Sorry. This new dude's a cunt.
So it's just, I had that conversation a little while ago, last year, and I just put on Twitter, I went, should comedians be political? Like you've just said, surely we should be on the outside of it, looking at the whole ridiculous thing and going, this is all fucked. Like you just said, and that's where we should be. Like, that's why South Park is so great, because they took the piss out of everybody.
Yeah.
And no one was safe.
No.
And even themselves. And you just kind of go, yeah, this is how it should be. We should be on the outside looking in going, this is all fucked.
You're a reviewer of the human play. You're no different than the guy that comes down and reviews your show. Yeah. You know what I mean? Except there's so many plays going on.
Too many plays now.
Oh, dude, fucking all that,
We've all got plays now.
Yeah, man. I mean, just the whole new world, all the biggies, you know what I mean? The diversity, the whatever, diversity's a big one. Everybody's big on that. And I'm like, I've been in show business, and I don't know how you can mandate diversity in comedy. I just don't know. But they're doing it, and it's hurting some people and helping some people. But to me, comedy's always been, hey, man, if the people love you, doesn't matter if you're a woman or a dude. What do you think? Patrice O'Neill showed up and go, can I get on? Not today, Patrice, because you're black. That's never happened.
Never happened.
You know where diversity should be? I swear to God. Diversity should be in police cars.
Yeah.
That's where diversity. I guarantee you want to solve your put a white guy, a black guy, a Chinese guy, and an Indian guy in every cop car, and you'll watch racism from the police stop immediately. Because one of those cunts in that car is going to go, this is wrong. This is way wrong.
I mean, it should be all of them, but...
and if all four of them want to beat you up, you've done something wrong. You know
You've upset everybody.
You've upset all four cultures, and now you're fucked. But that's where it is. But watching diversity come into my business is hilarious, man. Like, to be able to... When I walk in sometimes and they go, wow, it's been a long time since we've had 4 straight males. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, I'm not a straight male. I'm a comedian that's really funny. Yeah. So why your wokeness is all worried about labeling people, and you just did that to me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm here because I'm talented. Yeah. I'm here because those people like me, and maybe there is 4 white males, 4 talented people that happen to be straight white males. I'm going to guarantee you that's not happening in every club across the thing. You know what I mean? Across the UK. It's not. I guarantee you, like across the UK, there'll be a show with 4 funny females. Yeah. You know, there'll be 4 black dudes or 4 Indian guys or whatever, and then there'll be some with 1 or 2 on one. But that's the way it's always been. Yeah. And it's like one of those weird things that I'm watching in my lifetime going, I can't get on that gig because of diversity.
Yeah.
How weird is that now?
Yeah.
So I can't, even though I'm the funniest guy there, I can't get on because diversity works against me.
Yeah.
And it should be, that's why you can't have it in show business. You know what I mean? Because it's not really there, man. Show business is mandated by talent.
Yeah.
Not by, but now I'm watching it, you know, like I watch Apollos now, and, you know, I'm going, yeah, there's the odd dude that's in there because of whatever, but for the most part, I'm like, shut up, that guy should be on that fucking show. Click off. Seeing Dave in fucking 11 years, buddy, when people wake up to what was going on. How the fuck did that guy get on? Because he played the piano with his penis. That's why he's on, and we loved it. We loved it.
He's funnier than you.
He's funnier than you, Tom. I know you've been working on your craft for 30 years, but this Tom played with his penis.
Stand aside, let him get his piano in, Tom. You're in his way.
You're in his way. Man.
But yeah, it should be that. It should be just that. It's like Bill Burr said it, and he goes, look, are you crushing it? Are you crushing it at gigs? Yeah. Are you making it difficult for the person that's on after you to fucking follow you? Mm-hmm. That's what it should be all about. It should be you. That's why. Because then it gets to the point where people, and I get it, we have got to bring in, we've got to bring
diversity
in
belongs.
But you know, it's got to be. It does have to be. Are you good at this? Like if you were on a building site,
right?
And they went, listen, you're really good at this, but we've got to bring this guy in.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Just change it up a little bit, but then he's fucking the house is falling down every time he tries to build a wall. And
diversity should be in the political sphere. That's where it should be, because that's where it's important that everybody is represented. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when I see Parliament building, like I say, cop cars is a big one for me. I've always, like, as soon as that came out, I was like, that's how you solve that problem. But any time that you have to be actually represented, you don't have to be represented in comedy. Do you know what I mean? You don't, man. And you know what? It also goes to say that if you're in Africa, get this, I know this is going to be a big surprise, I bet you there's more black comedians than there are white comedians. I don't know. I'm just.
What are you saying, Tom?
Spitball. If I went to China, what? There's no white comedians. We've got to change this.
This has to change. Get your coat.
Like in America, in a melting pot, there's always been everybody represented. There always has. Because that's what it is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But if you go to an Anglo-Saxon country where the majority of the people are Caucasian, well, guess what? I know this is going to shock you. Yeah. But they're probably going to be Caucasian. I'm going to guess. You know, but again, oh my God, even those Caucasian people will go, that dude's really funny. That Indian dude is super funny. Yeah. And he's going on. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what will bring in the people to keep your club alive. Yeah. Because he's funny. If you just bring in somebody because you're worried about a Twitter storm, you know, on your club, and fine, we'll bring in this dude, he's only been doing it for 2.5 years. I think he stole Jim's joke. Yeah. He's funny. Then you're screwed, man. But again, I think all this shit is a phase, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's a phase, and you just ride all this shit out anyways. You know,
it's all going to work out. It's going to be fine. But it is true. The other day, so we've booked a couple of gigs. And someone sent me a list of people, and these people would be great. And I had to say, like, yeah, they are great, but they're not headliners yet. No, they're not headliners yet. And you need that last person to just bring it home. Yeah. And we all have to go through that phase. I didn't start as a headliner.
I know that.
You know, you remember?
Oh, yeah. I remember a few gigs. I didn't quite nail that one, Tom.
This guy's opening, especially warm up, Rich.
Something about garden shoes. He didn't like his garden shoes.
Oh, no. Garden shoes. It's my first joke and my last joke. But, you know, yeah, I remember the day. So I remember being on tour with Tom, and I remember it was I did the gig, and I fucking nailed it. Just fucking nailed it. And I can hear Tom laughing in the wings. Yep. And I'm like, fuck, I just rode that wave. I'm like, fuck yeah. And I walked off, and then Tom just went, yes. He goes, that's it. That's the show you take to Edinburgh.
Remember that show.
That's the one, man. He goes, that's it. Oh, by the way, you're fired.
Yeah. That was your last gig with me. I've taught you all I have to teach you.
And get out of
now
here.
Get out of here. Go on, come on over here, Jamali Maddox. You're my new opener. Do that Muslim shit. That Muslim stuff.
So that was it. But you have to work at it, and then you get to that point where they go, yeah, you are capable now of topping this gig, being the headliner, and people are coming to see you now to put your face on the picture, on the poster. They're coming to see you,
yeah,
and you've earned that. But you can't just put anyone into that position,
yeah,
because it's not. They're gonna look and feel like a cunt if you do that to them. They're not ready sometimes, you know. You've got to be honest and go, you're not ready.
Yeah, but how does it make you feel then, though, knowing that you're at that level and you don't get the gig because of a mandate? Do you know what I mean? That's where it goes wrong.
Yeah.
That's why you trying to mandate a business where talent is important. It just can't be done. It can't be done, but they're doing it. And, you know, you're going to look back on these times going, you know, the intent was right.
Yeah.
The intent was totally right. But it just can't really work. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. And with that even said, there's always going to be the exception.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're talking in a majority level, because even in that majority level of diversity, there is going to be one person that maybe was super talented and maybe didn't get the gig because of that.
Yeah.
There's always going to be that. But the majority, from what I've seen out there, is crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like I always... Like a good friend of mine said it, you know, like it used to be comedians 10 years, and I'll stick by that to the day I die. It's like any other apprenticeship.
Yeah.
You if you ain't doing it for 10 years, you ain't no comedian. You can't even call yourself a comedian. But yet now, you know, like it's 3 years. All of a sudden you're a comedian in 3 years.
Yeah.
And what's happened is the green room is now taken over by numbers instead of talent. Because if you only have 3 years behind you, there's way more of those guys. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden, they're all in this green room, and there's one guy that's been doing it for 20 years. You know he's the best. You know he's there. But, you know, he's going to make them look bad. You know what I mean? You got to go. Yeah. You get that fucker out of here. This is also, never forget, it's a cutthroat business.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah,
it is a cutthroat business because everybody wants to be a star. And everybody wants the best for themselves. And that is also, it's okay. I'm used to that. You know what I mean? I'm totally used to that because that makes you up your game, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you didn't have that, you wouldn't be able to get better.
No.
But like I say, I'm hammering this point. I'm pretty sure your listeners know where I'm coming from on this one.
But it's all this shit that it used to bother me to a point, and then one day I went, do you know what? I'm just going to be decent to everyone I know. I'm going to work at this and be the best I can be. I can't worry about all this other stuff. I'm just going to do what I do, and it pays off. I get booked. I'm busier than I've ever been. I don't get involved too much with anything. Yeah. They're all and everyone's filming their gigs now and putting all the thing. And you're going like, don't put that out because that's shit. And they go, no, but it's all about just your face going across their eyes online, and you're like, do you know what? You do you. I'm going to do this over here, and I'll see you in the middle. Whatever. I can't stress about it because it will send me mental. And I know people that we know, it's sending them over the edge. They're not able to kind of step away from it.
Well, how do you mean by that? Just so before I get in, they're
letting it get to them. They go, well, I'm not getting booked because that person's getting booked. I'm better. And you go like, listen, You got to not worry about that.
Yeah.
Just do what you do. You're going to get booked anyway somewhere.
Or you're not.
Or you're not.
Or you're not, because you're delusional and you think you're funny and you need an excuse
There's a few of them.
to why it's not funny, so it matches up in your delusional fucking head.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
Oh, there's tons of them.
There's
tons
a real
of them.
difference between someone doing comedy and a comedian. There's a massive difference.
Way different.
Yeah.
When I look at that, like the okay, let's even say the whole social media has changed. Like don't know who I was saying this to, but the internet is the funniest comedian ever.
Yeah.
The internet only shows the best.
Yeah.
Like I know you say that you can't put that out there because it's shit and all that stuff, but most people put their best 2 minutes on out there. So when you're watching this, you're trying to compare yourself to 100 people's best 2 minutes. And that comedian that is like fucking better than Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel like you're not the great comedian that you are.
Yeah.
So it has that effect on you when you're scrolling through the thing going, oh man, I wish I would have thought of that. Wish I would have thought of that. My shitty fucking joke. You know, and that in a way is a game changer for even us, because now it puts this what's the word I'm looking for? What's that word? I'm a wordsmith. I'm dealing words. It's too high of a bar to try and jump over, and it disheartens you. But it's unreal because that doesn't happen in a club.
Yeah, I get
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the internet is a beautiful place for people to watch comedians and all that, but it's an unrealistic expectation of what they think they're going to see in a club. Definitely, because you know, I mean, you may have a killer hour. I don't know. You may have a killer hour, but the internet's got killer 100 hours.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's a little bit crazy on that level.
Yeah.
Right. And even with that said, you know, like everybody's now searching for followers. Like somebody told me that likes are the new currency.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I took my likes to the bank and said I want to pay my mortgage with these fucking, you know, and the inflation of likes now.
Yeah.
I remember when a million likes was, I could buy a house with 1 million likes. And now 1 million likes is nothing. Nothing, man.
That doesn't even get you a meeting now.
No, no, man, and that's the other weird thing. There was a dude that went into a meeting with a Netflix guy. I don't want to say who it is, but he went in, super talented, triple threat, dude.
Wow,
actor, killer musician, killer comedian, triple threat. But one of the producers said, well, how many people you got on Twitter? And he goes, well, I deleted my Twitter. He goes, you're not even getting in that office.
Wow.
You're not even getting in that office, because it used to be that TV made stars.
Yeah.
Now internet stars make TV.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're banking on, okay, this guy's got 100,000 followers, so if we put him on, that'll give us 100,000 views, which we can bring to whatever sponsor to say blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's also a weird trend. So if you're better at social media, you've got a better chance of getting on TV, and it's this bizarro world where TV used to get you viewers.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird, right?
Well, it used to be, if you do TV, you'd be overnight.
Yeah. Well, I think I was the last person through the Stargate of that, man.
Right, yeah.
I think I really was the last person where the Apollo actually meant something.
Yeah.
You know, I can't think of who was after me that ever became a star off of that show.
No, it's a funny one, isn't it? It's just
anyway.
People now, it's the people on TikTok that have got 50 billion.
Yeah, man.
And there's a guy, someone messaged me the other day and went, look, you're in Brighton now, you live in Brighton. This guy I'm working with, he's a massive comic.
He's a massive
comic. And he said, you want to be in the show, but you're going to pretend, you're going to play his his show manager or something like that. It'd be a bit in this show. And I went, yeah. I went, who is this? He told me the name. I'm like, I don't know who that is. And the guy's selling out Brighton Dome, like selling out. And I'm like, I don't even know who he is. It's fucking. I'm not saying I've got my finger on the pulse of everything, but because you're in this industry, you'd think you'd hear of.
Yeah, but apparently 100,000 people know who he is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? 100,000 people. Because here's the other thing: if you're just a dude that wants to go to a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're sitting there go, hey, baby, I got some tickets to that really funny guy on TikTok. We're going to go check out the greeter. We're going to go and check out Troy Hawk because I've seen him on whatever, Instagram or whatever. Of course that's where they're going to go see it.
Yeah.
And that's why those people are doing it. And maybe that's the oldness in me. Maybe I should get on board with that.
I think that's what it is. It's like it's
you know
changed
what I mean?
now. And so we're the ones going, yeah, but it used to be this. You go, yeah, used to be. Now it's this. So you either come to this, which is why Troy Hawk's a great example.
He's a beautiful
Top
example.
dude, beautiful man, worked really hard for years, and now he's embraced that, and it's just fucking gone.
Yeah.
Because I remember we was doing those greeting videos, and they were turning him away. They were telling him to fuck off.
Yep.
And now they're giving him money to come and do it. So like Tesco done it. They've all done it. And you're going, yeah, he just got stuck in. And that's the thing. We're sitting here going, yeah, but it used to be this. You go, yeah, now it's that. So you either grab hold of that or stay here in your shitty little dungeon with all your fucking DVDs.
I've got a DVD for sale after the show. Give me the money.
Hey, where's the door? I can't get out. Hello? Hello? My DVDs are melting.
I got a box of them.
Where's the door?
Yeah, and you're right, dead on, man. I'm trying to embrace it, but my problem is that it's like anything, you know what I mean? For older people to try and get into this new technology, it's like a whole different language, you know what I mean? And I want to learn it, but you try and learn French at 50. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to learn it, but I know that's not gonna
I'm just really good at pointing at things on the menu now.
Guess who's going to France going?
This one.
Voulez-vous avec moi, Munche?
I just have eggs all the time because it's the only thing I can say. Earth, every meal.
I'm eating omelets. I'm eating omelets in France because I'm moving with the times.
I haven't shit for a fortnight because of all the eggs, but
dude, yeah. So for all the see, so that's even making fun of ourselves.
Yeah,
not even taking a side because I know I'm thinking like that, but I know that you do have to move with those times.
Yeah, of course you do.
Of course you do. But I don't want to.
I liked it how it was before.
When it was going good for me. This is the selfishness. How could I backstab Troy Hawk and steal everything he has?
I can't wait for the internet to break. The television. And then all my DVDs will come out.
Dude.
You've got to, but that's like, you just hit the nail on the head. We talk about everything. We take the piss
out of even
and
us.
the thing is, people's message would get across easier if there was a bit more humour involved. When I was talking about the Have a Word podcast and how big it was, talking to Garrett Millerick, and he went, well, it's just they've got that audience of people that were just sick and tired of being told off.
Yeah.
For saying this, that, and the other. And now they're like, well, fuck you then. I'm going to go and do this over here and you can go fuck yourself. And that's what it is. Don't tell people off.
Yeah.
We're all trying to get by. We're all trying to figure it out.
Yeah, dude. They've created a whole new avenue for comics. Like that's one where, like, the podcast helps me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the podcast doesn't have a diversity quota. Do you know?
Yeah.
The podcast, you cannot mandate. Call back! Call back! But the podcast circuit is now the talk show circuit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So being on Have a Word means more than being on any TV show.
Yeah.
Because you're now global.
Yeah.
You're now, because Dan and Adam and Carl and Finn or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, they've created something, a vehicle for other comics
Yeah.
to use. So you can't get mad. But in the beginning, you were probably, fuck those guys. I wish I
They're
was
millionaires.
them. Yeah. Billionaires helping me become a billionaire. I'm not having it.
I'll do this myself. Grab these DVDs.
Fuck that. I'm on Insane in the Membrane.
This is a gateway podcast.
Yeah, this is a gateway drug podcast. I started off small with Membrane podcast. Did a little of that. No, man.
hey.
It'll turn into Have a Word. No, it won't.
I'm just helping the little guy, Tom.
Yeah. The same way as I used to do when I brought him on tour with me.
This is me paying it back.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's too easy talking to friends, man.
Yeah.
It just is, because we all have great ideas, man. And if I'm a listener to any podcast, you know what I mean? I want to hear different. Oh, so that's what Tom thinks about this whole thing.
Yeah.
But again, the one thing I always stress is that even though it's my idea, I'm not right.
No.
I'm not right on any of the things that I'm saying, because there's too many marbles in the jar. You know what I mean? For me to go, you know, well, mine is right. You're like, I'm the best marble in this jar. Why isn't everybody listening to me? You know, I can always be corrected, and I'm willing to do that.
Yeah, same.
Because I don't have get-there-itis.
No.
Do you know? I read that book. There was a book about. It was a guy. There was a plane crash, and the reason there was a plane crash was because they warned him, but he already had the flight plan, and you know he thought he was better than he was, you know, and he truly believed he was right, even though everybody else was telling him don't. But he had get-there-itis. And as soon as you have get-there-itis, you're done for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can't hear anyone else's opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's for a lot of these guys. Like when if you're a vaccinated person, you're like, you will not hear anything bad about vaccines.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're an anti-vaxxer, you will not hear anything about pro-vaccines.
Yeah.
You will not hear the other person because you have get-there-itis. Because if you change your mind, then everything you did before that was wrong.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to be that. So they just would rather stick to their guns and die in that gunfight.
Yeah.
Instead of go, nope, there's a man up there and he's got his gun. Fuck that guy. You're like, what? Why don't you restructure your plan? And then, you know, and then you can have another get-there-itis.
Yeah.
After the other marble helped you. And then the two marbles can be wrong.
But that's it, innit? It's that being open to that and listening to other people's.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and you have to be that. And yeah, people have been listening to. We've been doing this 4 years now, and you get messages all the time going, "Oh, I heard that thing you said. I didn't agree with that." I'm like,
perfect.
Oh yeah, fine. Then we'll have a chat about it. And
Yeah.
But that's the thing. None of it's right or wrong. You're just trying to be.
Sometimes I like to walk up to Jordan B. Peterson and just go, "You're wrong." just to fuck him.
And then I'll mess up his bed.
Yeah, mess up his bed and take a big shit in it. Tell him the dog did it.
Clean that up, dickhead. You'll feel good about yourself once
I'm
you've
gonna
done
Amber Turd you. For this, I just love that saying. I'm gonna Amber Turd you. Let's talk about Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Fuck.
You know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
It's
it's those things that as soon as you get there, you're done for, man. You're just you are.
Yeah.
And I don't mind, you know. I'm so aware that's what I don't want in myself. That's what makes me go, yes, I totally believe this right now.
Yeah.
Right now, this is my stand. But as soon as somebody comes up to me, and I will hear, I may even disagree with them and still crash the plane, but I heard it.
Yeah, what? No.
No, I don't know. You should do some research. Crash.
Tom, this has been amazing. Thanks,
it's always
man.
good talking to you, Rich.
Man.
I've
Fucking
always
great,
had a lot of
man.
love for you, dude.
Same, man.
Yeah.
Fucking same.
And I'll be out there, not doing what I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
Can I plug some shit on your thing?
Yes.
Because believe it or not, I do have a new special out, but I didn't put it for free on YouTube.
No.
I don't like that. I was one of the big ones way back when. I put my first two before anybody did that. You go on YouTube and look at Tom. It'll say 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But now I'm like going, I went back to the mentality, if you get something for free, it probably isn't worth anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I went the other way. I'm going, no, man. I worked really hard on this show, and so live in Liverpool. So if you go to tomstade.com, I got my believe it or not, my whole team is made of women. I like the way chicks do things. I like their business sense.
Because we're fucking stupid.
We're dumb as fuck.
If it was just us, it wouldn't go in anyone's ears.
So, if you, I'd like, if anybody wants to hear some funny fucking, shit, then go to my website and it's click, and you can pay with Apple.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the new world.
There you
That's
go.
a weird
Welcome
thing,
aboard, Grandad.
Apple Pay.
You're like the kid that got dragged up in Close Encounters on the spaceship, and they are wandering around going, Apple Pay. Yeah, look at me. Future Tom.
Future Tom. Don't think I ain't moving with the times.
I'll pay with apples.
Imagine if you said that in 1987. Like, what? You guys don't have Apple Pay? Oh, we don't pay with apples around here.
We don't do bartering anymore. We got money.
How many bananas you got?
I got these 2 chickens. I'll take all your apples.
Chicken pay. Chicken pay. What a weird world.
I got this bag of wheat. Oh, I don't think you're getting this, Tom. Nice one, brother. That's been cool. Nice
Thanks
one.
for
Thanks,
letting me
man.
be on your membrane podcast.